All right, let's talk about choosing an undergraduate degree. It can feel like you're standing at a crossroads with 1,000 different signs pointing in every direction, right? It's overwhelming. But here's the thing. What if we could turn all that anxiety into a clear, strategic decision? Today, we're going to break down how to lay the groundwork for not just a job, but for a genuinely successful and fulfilling lifelong career. It's time to swap that stress for a solid strategy.
So let me ask you this, and be honest. Is picking your degree just a formality? You know, a box you have to tick before life can really begin? Or is it maybe the single most important decision you'll make, the one that sets the course for your entire future? The truth is, it's not just a step. It's the actual foundation your whole professional life is going to be built on.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this decision is so massive. Then, we're diving into our 3 key pillars: aligning with your passion, getting a real edge in the market, and building for the future. And then we'll bring it all home and look at the big payoff, a fulfilling career. This right here, this is the fork in the road. You've got 2 paths. One is kind of a winding, random path where you just hope you end up somewhere good. The other one? That's the direct route, the one you build on purpose, with a real strategy. And as we're about to see, where these 2 paths lead, well, they are worlds apart.
And you can see the stakes couldn't be higher. That path on the left, the one you just kind of stumble down, that leads to dissatisfaction, wasted time, and really expensive career changes down the line. But the aligned choice on the right, that's where the magic happens. We're talking real motivation, doors opening everywhere, and a foundation of financial stability right from the very start.
Okay, so how do we make sure we're on that better path? Well, it all starts with our very first pillar, aligning with passion. This is all about looking inward, figuring out the why that's going to keep you going.
Now, career alignment isn't just some fluffy advice like follow your bliss. It's actually way more strategic. Think of it as the perfect intersection, that sweet spot, where the stuff you're genuinely passionate about meets the things you're naturally good at.
And when you find that alignment, wow, the benefits are huge. You're way more engaged, you do better in your classes, and you're much less likely to drop out. For instance, if you're good with analytics and you find economics fascinating, choosing a commerce or finance degree isn't just a random pick. It's a direct, stable path to a role where you're set up to thrive.
Passion is the engine, for sure. But even the best engine needs a road to drive on. That brings us to Pillar 2, gaining a market edge. This is where we look outward, at the what, the real, practical demands of the job market.
So, what does a market edge actually mean? It means you graduate with skills that companies are desperately looking for right now. It's about being smart and choosing a degree in a field where demand is booming. Think tech, healthcare, finance. Places where your skills aren't just appreciated, they're absolutely essential.
And the payoff is immediate. You can see it right here. Graduates in those high-demand fields get a serious head start in their careers. They're looking at higher starting salaries and a much clearer path to promotions, right out of the gate.
Let's make this super real. Take a commerce graduate in the Indian market with a BCom or BBA. They are perfectly set up to jump into growing fields like taxation or to go for an MBA in finance. Their degree is basically a golden ticket to a high-demand industry.
So, you've lined up your passion with what the market wants. You landed that great first job. Awesome. But we're not done yet. The last piece of the puzzle is Pillar 3, building for the future. This is the how, as in how you turn a good job into an amazing lifelong career. This is so crucial. Your undergraduate degree is a launch pad, not the final destination. The right degree gives you the foundational skills, the network, and the credentials you need to just keep growing, keep advancing, and keep specializing for your entire career.
You see how this creates a really smooth path forward? You start with that solid degree, you build up your skills and your network along the way, and you use that as a springboard for higher studies later on. This is how you unlock those high-impact, specialized roles without ever having to take a step backward in your career.
And the long-term benefits are just profound. You avoid things like opportunity cost, losing out on income because you have to go back to school. But maybe the most important thing is that you're building a career in a fulfilling role that you're good at, which is the key to a better work-life balance and just, being happier.
Okay, so we've walked through our 3 pillars: aligning with passion, getting that market edge, and building for the future. So let's put it all together and look at the final payoff.
This table really sums it up perfectly. Aligning your passion and skills, that leads to personal fulfillment. Getting a market edge, that gets you financial stability. And building for long-term growth, that's what delivers a great work-life balance. You see, you don't have to choose. The whole strategy is about weaving all three together.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The difference is night and day. One path, the mismatched one, just leads to dissatisfaction. But the other path, the strategic one, is what creates the motivation and the opportunities that we're all looking for.
So the main takeaway is this. Please stop thinking of your degree as just another qualification or some hoop you have to jump through. Start seeing it for what it really is. It's the strategic blueprint for the entire building that is your future.
And I'll leave you with that. We've laid out the blueprint for a strong foundation. The only real question left is, what are you going to build?